Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Discord bot. This is episode 2. Today we're going to be making a profile picture for our bot, and we're going to be adding commands to our bot using a command and event handler that I custom made myself. In fact, you can actually go look at the custom command and event handler on my Discord bot base on my GitHub account, and that will be on screen now. So to get started with the profile picture, you're going to need a software called paint.net. I won't be showing you how to install this. There are many tutorials on the internet on how to do this. So once that's installed, you're going to want to open it. I will be opening it from right here. And you'll get greeted with something like this. So you're going to want to resize this down to 512 by 512. Make sure that the resampling is on the nearest neighbor. And click OK. So you're going to want to click on the rectangle select tool here, select the entire canvas, and press the delete key on your keyboard. Once you've done this, you're going to want to select a gradient, or if you already have an image pre-planned for your bot, then you're going to want to import that by dragging it and dropping it onto this canvas here. So to create our gradient, we're going to take the colors here, and we're going to pick 2 different colors. So I am going to be choosing a goldish color with a nice orange color. And we're just going to click right here on the top. You're going to see your secondary color first, and then you're going to drag it over to the middle of the canvas. Once you've done this, you're going to want to create a new layer down here, add new layer, and select the text tool, click on your canvas, and then edit the font up here. I recommend something around about 48 to 84. I'm going to be using 72. And you're going to want to select a font. I'm going to be using we'll use this. So we're just going to make this a nice big T for tutorial bot, because we might as well. And yes, I did say I recommend 72 to 84, but you can go above if you think that the lettering looks small with the font that you're using. So now this will require you to install a few plugins into your paint.net. These are Pyro's plugins. I won't be showing you how to install these either. There is an installer on the internet made by Pyro himself, or herself, or themself, on the paint.net forums, and there are plenty of different tutorials on YouTube for installing paint.net plugins. So once these plugins that install these are installed, you're going to want to open the effects, object, outline object, and outline it with the color of your choice. As you can see right now, it's outlined by black, and because it's a black letter, all that this does is curve the letter out more. So I'm going to overlay it with a nice white color and click OK. So once I've done that, I'm going to add a nice trail to make this look like it's in 3D. So you are going to want to change the direction. It all depends on personal preference. I like to make it go down, as I think it makes it look nicer, a little bit more clean, like this. And finally, and that is the logo of our bot finished. So once you've done that, you're going to want to hit Control and S. You're going to want to go down to paint.net, PNG, and then save it. So I'm just going to save this as tutorialbot.png, save. Okay, flatten. And now we have this image saved for our bot logo. So now if you open up your Discord developer applications and you click on your tutorial bot, you can set this as the application image, but as I said in the last tutorial, it doesn't really affect anything other than how you see the application on the application page. What you're going to want to change is the bot profile picture, which is here under the bot section. So to change this, you're going to want to select your image, and you're going to want to select your tutorialbot.png. In your case, it will be a different file name, depending on what you decided to name it. So it will import it into the Discord application, and it appears that I messed up a bit on the centering, but that's okay. We're going to save this, and now if we give it a second, then tutorialbot will have its new profile picture. So now onto the code. So we're going to be creating another new file here in our workspace, and this one is going to be called commands.js. So commands.js will hold the same Discord constant that our last one had, and I am not going to be explaining all of the basic JavaScript in this tutorial, as I don't find it necessary, because I expect you to have at least a little bit more JavaScript knowledge since the last tutorial. So I hope that you understand that I won't be babying you this time. So now we're going to want to add another constant called fs. Fs is the JavaScript Node.js file system, which allows you to work with files in Node.js, writing files, reading files, and finding files. So we're going to want to export some functions here. So we're going to change this file's module.exports, and we're going to create a function called init commands, which stands for initializing commands, and as a parameter we're going to ask for client. So in here we're going to want to set a client variable called client.commands, and this will be a Discord collection. So to fetch all of the different files in our handler, we're going to want to create another constant called command files, and this is going to await an fs promise, which will read the directory of our commands so that it can look for every single file that ends with .js, and if it ends with .js and it has all of the correct variables set in its module.exports, then that means that it is a command. So we're going to want to read ./handlers/commands, and the encoding will be UTF-8. So meaning all of your commands will need to be encoded with UTF-8. Just keep that in mind. And then we're going to filter it to a file, and file.ends with .js. So what that will now do, I think I've already explained it, but it will look in your handlers, it will look in the commands folder inside of your handlers folder for every single file that ends with .js, and it will basically read it. So now for const file of command files, const command is equal to require. So now this will be requiring the command and getting all of its exports. So this will require ./handlers/commands/ $ open curly braces file. And then we will try to run the we'll try to add the command to our client.commands collection up here. So if we get an error, we're going to console.error with the error, and then we're going to try to client.commands.set command.name command. So what that will do is it will add the command to the client.commands collection under command.name, and then the rest of the command will be what's in the collection. So now once we're done with that, we're going to want to exit the curly braces of the inner commands function, and comma, and then create another function called execute. No, not like that, VS Code. Execute. Please, execute. And then this will take the command, well, this will take the name, the message, the arguments, and the client, an instance of the client. So here we're going to create a constant called command, and this will get client.commands.get name or client.commands.find. This is for aliases. So if you want to create a command and you don't want it to be always under its specific name and you want it to have some sort of alias, then this will add aliases to the command. So client.commands.find C to C dot aliases and C dot aliases dot includes name. And then if the message sent is not a command, then we'll return. So we'll just stop trying to run the code afterwards. So try command.run message args client. So command.run is going to be inside of all of our command files, and it will basically calling this function. So the run function will be in each and every single command file under its exports, and then we're going to be calling that function here. And execute is called on message sent. So that is our entire commands file. And now to test it out, all that we have to do is add a new client.on instead of once, and this will be a message event. So we're going to want to take in a message and start an arrow function. And now on message, we're actually going to want to import our commands first. Const command handler is equal to require dot slash commands, end with a semicolon. So now in our message event, we're going to want to call command handler dot execute, and in command handler dot execute, we're going to want to start with an if check. So if exclamation point message dot content dot starts with our prefix, which we defined up here in the last tutorial, or message dot author dot bot. So that's checking for if the message author is a bot. Then we will return and stop running the code from that point. So now we're going to be checking our arguments and the name of the command. So arguments is equal to message dot content dot slice prefix dot length dot split. So this will be splitting our arguments into different strings, sort of, into an array. And then the name of the command, which will be args dot shift dot to lowercase. And now in the execute, we're going to want to pass in name, message, args, and client. So now if we bring our, no wait, we have to create a folder under our workspace called handlers. Inside of there, we create another new folder called commands. Inside commands, you will make ping.js. So how these commands work and how they're structured is that first we will have all of our imports at the top, and in almost every command you'll first probably want to import Discord. So const discord is equal to require discord.js. And then, as I've already said, you're going to want to export all of your command variables. So we're going to module.export, module.exports, name, and then this will be ping async, so that will make it asynchronous, basically making it run faster and allowing you to use await functions. Async run, which is of course what we were requesting before, and then the arguments of run is message args and client, meaning that we can use these variables inside of our command. So now to create our ping command, we're going to want to first message.reply, which is replying to the user with pong exclamation point. And that should be our first command implemented into the bot. So if we run the bot now and we open our Discord server, t exclamation point ping, canary proper get of undefined, client.commands.get name. Oh, I forgot to init the commands. Don't be stupid like me. Don't forget to init your commands. That is a very important step to this. And that is how you learn from your mistakes while making a Discord bot. So you're going to want to t exclamation point ping, and as you can see, it replies with pong. That is our first command added to the bot.